Good evening, all. I'm Pat Cawley with the city's Project Management Services Unit, and I'm very happy to be here tonight with a couple special guests we got from MDOT that are going to get us up to speed and help us promote a new project we have under construction right now. It's called the Hawk Signal, and I'll let these guys fill you in on the details, but with us tonight we have Carrie Martin with MDOT's University Region Planning, and Wendy Ramirez with Brighton Transportation Service Center Traffic Engineer. But I'll let these guys talk.
Thanks, Pat. Good evening. My name is Carrie Martin. I'm the lead region planner for the University Region Office. We're located in Jackson. We maintain and manage about 10 counties, the transportation maintenance and construction activities for all the state routes in those counties. And those are the areas surrounding Jackson, Lansing, Brighton, Ann Arbor, and Monroe. The Hawk Signal was ultimately the result of a 2008 access management plan that was put together by MDOT along with the governmental agencies of Ann Arbor, Pittsfield Township, Ypsilanti, and Ypsilanti Township. We undertook this study to look at how access is managed along Jackson Road, Huron Street, Washtenaw Avenue, Michigan Avenue, and E-Course Road, all along throughout this area in Washtenaw County. The goals of the study were to improve access for all the existing uses along those corridors, support the community with their land use and site plan decisions by creating a template that could be overlaid onto the community's master plans, and then also to address not only motorized safety and access, but non-motorized safety and access. So as a part of that study, pedestrian access was analyzed and some crossing locations were looked at, and through continued discussions with the City of Ann Arbor, the Downtown Development Authority, and U of M, the intersection at Huron, 3rd, and Chapin was identified and analyzed as an excellent location for this pilot project called the Hawk Signal, which is a mid-block crossing signal. I brought with me today our traffic and safety engineer from our Brighton TSC office, who was pretty instrumental in carrying this through the process and getting funding for the signal. So I thought she would be a good person to come and tell you a little bit more about the details as well as the operations of the signal. So, thank you, Carrie.
Hawk is also known as a high-intensity activated crosswalk. It's an overhead beacon device that's used to help pedestrians safely cross a busy roadway, and it's normally placed in a mid-block crossing. When the Hawk is not activated, it would be dark to the motorist. As Carrie mentioned, this Hawk will be located at Huron and Chapin, and it's the first signal of this type to be used on state trunk line. MDOT sent in a request for this Hawk device to the Federal Highway Administration, and they approved it as a pilot due to the large number of users such as pedestrians and bicyclists. There are several pedestrian generators at this location, such as the Y. It's within a residential area. It's along a bus route. There's a senior citizen facility and numerous students, just to mention a few. So the first thing you'll see is when the signal is not in activation, motorists will see this, the dark, and they can proceed through the intersection as they would normally now. When a pedestrian first comes to the crosswalk, they will see the solid red hand, and they need to push the pedestrian push button in order to activate the signal. Once the pedestrian activates the signal, the motorist will see the flashing red beacon. We're supposed to flash back and forth. We'll see a flashing yellow beacon, and this will occur for approximately 3 seconds. This flashing yellow beacon alerts the motorist that they need to begin to slow down, and the pedestrian has activated the pedestrian push button. The pedestrian will still see the solid red hand, and they should continue to wait. The next sequence, the motorist will see a solid yellow beacon and should prepare to stop. This will last for about 4 seconds. The pedestrian will continue to see the solid red hand, and they will need to continue to wait before beginning to cross. The next sequence, the motorist will see a solid red beacon, and they should stop. The pedestrian will see the white walk interval, and once traffic has stopped, they can enter into the crosswalk. So from the first time the pedestrian gets to the crosswalk and pushes the pedestrian push button, it will be about 10 seconds before they receive this white walk indication. And then this white walk indication will last for about 7 seconds, and then the pedestrian will see a flashing red hand and a countdown in seconds that lets them know how long they have to cross the walk. At the same time, the motorists during this interval will see a flash red in an alternating fashion that's similar to like a railroad crossing. If there are no pedestrians in the crosswalk while the signal is flashing back and forth red, the motorist is allowed to proceed through this. After this countdown indication is complete and reaches 0, the signal will return back to the dark condition and motorists can continue through the intersection as they did normally. A pedestrian who desires to enter the crosswalk again will have to once again press the pedestrian push button to reactivate the signal. The construction for this hawk signal began the week of October 4th. And we had expected that the completion date would be the first week of November. However, there have been some challenges with the foundation for the strain poles. As of now, the foundation and the underground work is complete, and we're hoping that the hawk will be operational by November 17th, at which time there will be a ribbon cutting ceremony. I would like to thank you for allowing us to present this project to you this evening.